Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about the One Piece card game. Firstly, I want to say, if you have not seen my recent upload, I think it's a really good video. It's analysing the OP02 metagame at this point, and also reflecting on my predictions I made at the start of the format. You can check it out up there. Also, if you're interested in competitively focused content, check out my links in the description. I have a Patreon, all the support on there is very much appreciated. I recently put out my in-depth Zoro guide, which joins my Ivankov, Kinemon, and Whitebeard guides, which I think are all really good. You can check those out, they've helped players get top 8 and such. Usual shilling. Anyway, so we've had a bunch of card reveals over the last couple of days. The most important ones being a couple key SRs, or maybe just one key SR, and the remaining leaders for OP04. And I am so excited for this set. It's kind of killed all my hype for OP03, I'm not going to lie, I just want to play OP04. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with some very interesting cards. So we start with a blue queen here. And this queen says, on play, it's a 4-cost 5k. If your leader is Animal Kingdom Pirates, look at up to 7 cards on top of your deck, reveal up to 2 total Playgrounds or Ice Oni, and add them to your hand. Then place the remaining on the bottom of the deck. We have no idea what these cards do yet. They are cards that have not yet been revealed. But I will say, in general, anything that's going to potentially make you go plus, like, 2, essentially, is likely to be quite good. It very much depends on the quality of what these cards are, right? Like, but, you know, if they were 1k counters, for example, you'd be like, I mean, yes, this card is very good. Also, it depends on how many, like, you're going to be playing. So this one we kind of have to wait and see. But the nice thing is you have access to this in Blue Purple Kaido, and you have access to this in, spoiler alert, Blue Yellow Queen, who we will see shortly. On to the next card, and this one is one I really don't think is very good. So this is a red Luffy. So this is an 8-drop 9k, and it just has Banish. And the reason I have a problem with this card is, obviously I understand the purpose, right? Like, you want to play this in VV. And you play this on your 10-don turn, you use Vivi's effect, you draw a card, and then you have a 9k rush unit with Banish. Sure. I'm basically here going, okay, but this has no counter, and why would I not just play OP01 Croc, which has a 1k counter, it's a 7 cost, so I can do this whole thing going first on turn 5, which I can't do with this, and I can also play it turn 4 going first, so I can play it earlier, and it has a bonus effect the turn after I swing with it. And the only difference is 1k, right? Because even on a 10-don turn, you're just swinging 8k with Banish. And yes, that is significantly worse. It is much worse of a number. But you're getting counter. So, like, you know, I maybe this ends up being a lot better than we think it will be, or certainly I think it will be. I am not blown away by this, though. I don't think it's very good, and as some players noted here, mid is what I would go with. Okay, next we have got another black card reveal. I eagerly await every single time we get one of these. So this is Leo, one of the Tontata cards. So this is a 1-drop 2k cat with 1k counter. On play, you may rest one of your leaders. If your leader has the Dressrosa type, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 1 or lower characters, then mill 2. This is very interesting. So this is, I think, Black's first form of removal that isn't like 10 cost Kuzan, basically, that or I guess Kaku, that isn't requiring you to discard to just pop something. As base effect, if you play this in the early game, this is letting you just go, yep, cool, pop your chump blockers. Though I just... Every single set, chump blockers get worse and worse. So, you know, that is worth pointing out. But I think the true utility is going to be in comboing this with cost reduction effects to just have a 1-cost card that basically goes, yep, pop a 3-cost, pop a 4-cost. Will this be that good? I am not 100% sure. It is Dressrosa traded. You can find it off the top with Rebecca. I think the biggest thing about this card to me is it shows potentially where Rebecca's card design has gone, and that is in giving the deck these abilities that rest your leader and do something probably quite good. But obviously, you know, we're going to have to wait and see where this goes further. Then we got probably one of the worst cards in the game, Otama. So this is a Wano country on play. Place up to one of your opponent's animal or smile type characters that cost 3 or less on top of their life area face up. This is so hyper restricted. If we had a sideboard, maybe this would potentially be worth playing. They're not good. Yeah, this is just pack filler. Okay, then we've got another blue card here. This is Black Maria, and what this does is, sorry, let me scroll down here. It says, activate main, pay 2, and you may rest this character to draw a card. And I just think this is too expensive, right? Like, this is 5 cost rested to draw 1 on the first turn, and then each turn after that is good, but it has to survive each turn after that. And like, okay, maybe in like a blue-green deck, perhaps, where you can bounce it and then replay it, and then it's like less of an issue, but like, is this really worth all the effort? This just seems like a shit top searcher, right? Like, why would I not rather just play a top searcher? And I'll be concerned if this is the best, you know, the blue decks have access to. Yep, the trigger plays it, that's good, but yeah, I just don't think this is good at all. I'm very unlikely to be proven wrong on that one, I think. Then we got this promo. This is kind of bad. It's just when attacking, if you've got 2 more rested characters, it's a 5k swing for free, but it has no counter or anything, so yep. And then we come on to the new leaders. So this is the leader I'm officially most excited for in set 4. I'm going to start picking up green alts because I know there's several you're already definitely going to be playing. Let's talk about what he does, and then I'm going to gas him up a little bit, and then we'll talk about the next one. So Issho. This is a 4/5, of course, dual color leader, green and black. This is a color combo that a lot of players have been very excited about for a very long time. Don 1, give -1 cost to all your opponent's characters. So this is a blanket, you just get the Marineford effect built into your leader for 1 Don. Okay, that's pretty good. At the end of your turn, pay 1. Set up to 1 of your characters with a cost of 5 or less as active. Holy shit! That's very good. And another thing to bear in mind is this leader is Navy traded. Okay. So, what are some of the insane things we get access to here? Well, if you think about every single card that relies on costs, this is essentially for 1 Don increasing their range, right? So that has some obvious consequences. For example, Shanks now can board wipe 2s the turn you play it. Sakazuki can kill 6 costs. Kobe can kill 4 costs. Okay, those are fairly obvious, but what are some other ones? Well, Cat Viper can rest 4 costs. Izo can rest 5 costs. Yamato can rest 7 costs. Okiku can rest 6 costs. Okay, we're cooking a little bit here, but we're not done cooking. X-Drake popping 5 costs. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. You know what else is pretty damn good? X-Drake, both of them, including the starter deck one, are Navy traded. And you know what else is really cool? They're also Supernova traded. You know what else is really, really cool? X-Drake from the starter deck buffs your Navy and your Supernovas. I wonder if this black and green deck is likely to be playing a high count of Navy cards. Interesting. Interesting. This is going to be, I think, a very, very, very powerful deck. Because we already have access to Bonnie. So we've already got a really good top 5 searcher, and now which is going to be able to find the Supernova half of your deck, and then we've also got brand new, which is going to be able to find the Supernova part. Sorry, the Navy part of your deck. And remember that your X-Drakes are crossing over, and you're getting both. I'll be shocked if we don't get a Corazon in green or something that's also searchable, and then you factor in like things like, okay, well, I can play brand new, turn 1 going second, get the effect off, and then I can play 5 cost blocker law and bounce brand new and replay brand new and just get more and more use out of it, or bounce brand new, play out something more valuable, for example, an Okiku. There is so much potential in this color combination. I am so excited. Another kind of obvious one, but I'm doubtful it's going to be that good because I just think there's too many ways to out 8 cost Kid outside of just swinging over it. But there are probably some decks it's just going to be an unbeatable combination into, is Yasakani's Sacred Jewel, which is, it's a 1-cost event that just says pitch 1, and this character is not destroyed in this battle. So it basically means your opponent can swing as big as they want, and it's definitely not going to, you're not going to lose your 8-cost Kid. So that's certainly a cool combo, it's a little cute combo. Obviously you need 10 Don because you need 1 to attach onto Kid, and then you play a Kid for 8, but it's possible. Certainly, like, you know, that turn you first play Kid is usually when it's most vulnerable. You don't have the least defensive ability. So I think that's also a combo. It's not even necessarily something that needs to be particularly good. It's just available, right? Like, you can just do this. So I am just blown away by the sheer amount of combos that were already here, just off of this. And then we're not even talking about the restand effect. This is just from this color combo, these traits, and that first effect. Then you factor in the restand effect, and suddenly, every single turn, you're able to guilt-free swing with your blocker laws, swing with your blocker Borsalinos, and just restand them for 1 every single turn. You don't care. I mean, that is so good. It's so good. So going back to that hypothetical example, you could go turn 1, you're going second, let's say, play brand new, find Borsalino. Turn 2, play Borsalino. Swing your leader, play Borsalino. Turn 3, swing with Borsalino. Swing with your leader. play Law, bounce brand new, replay brand new, get another top search, find whatever the hell you want, maybe an Issho, for example, for on curve turn 8, and then use your Issho effect to restand your Borsalino. So you've had a 6k blocker for their first attack, or for their second attack turn, plus 2 6k blockers on their next turns, plus on the turn after that, if you found an Issho, for example, they've probably got a fairly chunky hand, you just go, yep, cool, discard 2. So, yeah, I don't know, I'm so excited for this leader. I really do think this is going to be running the format. Like, I think this is the most powerful leader it's either this or it's either this or green, purple Doflamingo. I think it's going to be one of those two decks that are just going to be running the format. Oh, sorry, another crazy combo. I'm really, really excited about this one. MH5, the event from set 3 for green, which says rest up to 2 of your opponent's units that cost 2 or less. Well, with Issho, that's 3, and that's without any other reductions. If you happen to play Marineford, for example, maybe it's worth playing Marineford and Issho, and your opponent has a 4 and a 3, well, suddenly Marineford, tap, that's -1 cost, Issho, everything has an extra -1 cost, and then suddenly your board is rested, and I can just clear it, and that whole combo essentially costs you, like, it costs you 1 Dom, but you have to attach 1. Like, I just think there's so many outrageously powerful combos that, have potential to be played here, and we haven't even seen the cards in the set that is specifically designed for this. Like, I'm just super excited. I also think it's very likely we'll be getting another SR Admiral. We've gotten one. We got several in set 2. We got one in set 3. It seems like that's the trend, getting at least one new Admiral every set, which, you know, I'm super here for. I also think we're probably going to be getting Law as a secret rare for black, probably the manga art as well. So I'll be interested to see where that goes. And let's not forget you have access to 7 cost Dressrosa Luffy, who is also an insanely busted card, just to give you some aggro. So yeah, so excited. Right, next we got Queen. And this is this is my hot take. I think this is hot trash. So what does Queen do? Okay, this is blue-yellow, so it's a good combination. And this says, Don 1 when attacking. If the total number of cards in your life and hand is 4 or less, draw 1. So, okay, let's sorry, if you have a character with the cost 8 or more, you may place up to 1 card from the top of your life, from the top of deck on the top of your life instead of drawing 1 card. Okay, so let's talk about 2 possibilities, right? The very generous reading of this card, what it means is 4 in your life or less and 4 in your hand or less. They're separate. The way this is phrased, I don't think that's what it's saying, but let's say it's that, okay? Let's say it's that. So the 4 in life is never going to be an issue because you start with 4 in life. What is going to be an issue is the 4 in hand because you start with 5 in hand and then you draw 1 for turn. So you're going up to 6. Every time you take damage, you're adding cards to hand. The point in the game at which you are realistically going to actually have 4 or less in hand is probably going to be like turn like 4 to 6. Like, you've got to have lost quite a lot of your hand to start actually plussing off of this. Now, to be fair, there's nothing stopping you from just early guarding, whittling your hand down to that kind of 3 range, and you draw 1 for turn, and you can swing, you can draw another one. So certainly, like, this is all possible under that regime. And even then, that's not particularly good, because I look at Vivi and I go, okay, well, Vivi just pay to draw. I look at Rebecca and it's like, okay, well, that's just top 2 search and add 1. I mean, you're going to be playing a critical mass of Dressrosa, so that's essentially drawing you a card. And I just sit here and I go, okay, is this really that good? Unlikely. But then, if you read it in the way where it's like combined, this is garbage. This is completely unplayable, because essentially what it's saying is late in the game, when you've taken all your life and you have just survived a massive opponent's attack turn, heal 1. Why wouldn't I just play black-yellow, Big Mum, for this same effect? I just think this is horrendously bad. I think this is going to see 0 competitive play whatsoever. I think people will try, because people really like the Animal Kingdom Pirates for some reason, but, man, I think this is really bad. Then we got the man, the myth, the legend, Crocodile, as another SR. I'm really excited to see the alt art this guy gets as well. Blurple Croc fans, raise up. I'll find the alt in here at some point and whip it out. But I've been biding my time. In set 4, maybe my Blurple Croc alt leader will finally see some play. What does this guy do? He's pretty damn good. So he says he's an 8/9. He's Shichibukai and Baroque Works traded. He's an 8. Being 8 cost is quite relevant. On play, Don -2. If your opponent's leader type includes Baroque Works, if your leader type includes Baroque Works, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck on top of your life. So this is healing for free for Don -2. Realistically, if you play this on curve on turn 8, that is going to feel a little bit bad. But the second you're at 10 Don, this is feeling a-okay. Of course, you know, that's just going to be a generally applicable thing for whichever Croc leader you're playing this in, be it yellow, purple, or blue, purple, because neither of those are able to regain those Dons on your turn. So you're probably playing this when you have 10 Don, when you can afford that cost. Okay, whatever. On your opponent's attack, once per turn, Don -1, draw a card, and trash a card. It's fine. I think a lot of people are gassing up this effect. I'm like, it's a little bit of filter. It's fine. It's nothing particularly good. I'm not, you know, blown away by the power of this effect. The real power of this card is the fact it heals, the fact it's Baroque Works traded, and it's just giving Baroque Works decks heal is really, really nice. This is probably like a 2 to 3 of, like, you don't want to see this until, like, you know, turn 5, and you play it, you can heal 1, and you're vibing, and obviously, if you play it every single turn, it's going to be, like, you know, very scary. But yeah, I'm a fan of this card. I think it's very, very good, and we also got another really, really good, so Miss All Sunday, and Crocodile here are both very, very good SRs, and then we also got Miss Valentine. So, sorry, let me move this up a little bit so you can see this here. So, 2 cost 2k. Baroque Works trait. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 card with Baroque Works as one of its types. Oh, sorry, in one of its types. Let me move my head so you can see that. In one of its types. And add it to your hand. Place your remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order, and then trigger Don -1, play this card. So obviously, as a trigger, you're playing this for free in yellow purple. You're not playing this for free in blue purple, but just being able to top 5 check is so good. Finally. So now, like, it's a very difficult argument for like which leader you're actually going to go with, because blue already has an event that's going to search for Baroque Works as well. So it's entirely possible that, like, you know, and you also have the 3 cost draw 2 event. So like, there's a lot of really compelling reasons to go via blue. There's a lot of very compelling reasons to go via yellow, because obviously all these cards are more synergistic with that, right? Like like when you hit them as triggers, like they are way less costly. This is going to be free. Miss All Sunday is also going to be free. But regardless, I am super, super excited for all of these. As you can see, a lot of really, really, really cool cards shown in the last few days. If you're interested in getting notified, basically, as soon as this shit goes up, you should join my Discord server, which you can find linked in the description, and my like link tree, you can find everything there. But also subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content. What do you guys think? What are you most excited for? Now we have all the leaders. Let me know what you are most hyped for from set 4 in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Have I overrated or underrated any of these cards? Are you as hyped for Issho as I am? I am super hyped for Issho. And that's it for this video. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content, and like the video if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Cheers.